Yes, DJ.
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent. How are you?
Great. Fred Penner on the line. How does it feel, Fred, that most musicians in Canada right now would probably list you as an influence, as an inspiration to them?
It's been known to happen. It's a little overwhelming along the way because when I began this journey, certainly I had no idea where it would ultimately unfold, and TV was never part of the question, and then that just literally fell into my lap in the mid '80s. And so at this point, I've covered a lot of territory, and I'm still, as I said, burning the trail, and knowing that generation are now still keen to come back and reconnect and perform with me, for that matter, because I often have some of these youngsters, come up on stage with me to share some of the music. It's gratifying, to say the least.
Do you notice that when these youngsters come up on stage, they're pretty much wearing the exact same outfits you wore back in the '80s? Like you were like the original. You were like a style maker. You were like a trendsetter.
Oh, I certainly hope not. I've looked at some of those old videos, and those were like track suits from the '80s. They were loose and baggy and terrible colors. Oh no, that was a bad fashion statement, and I'm glad nobody has followed that one.
Yeah, you were pretty much the original hipster. But with the whole TV thing, you being somebody who was on TV, inspiring kids, nowadays, what is there that parents should really show their kids? Anything good out there that you think is great for kids now?
I'm not happy with the way television has gone for children. I think they're missing a huge opportunity to really make the human connection with the children. Kids are already so inundated with the media and with the video screens and with the animation and with the computer world. They really need a balance to that with human beings, and not people who are dressed up in cartoon character clothing, but some reality, and I think that's what I'm getting now. Is people are the youngsters who now are becoming the parents are saying, where is anything of quality on TV? The messages may be fine. They talk about sharing and positivity, but it's done with such a condescending manner. A lot of it. I think they're really missing the boat. Let's bring some humanity into the television waves, so that the kids know that there are people out there, real people, who are interested in what they're doing, and not just an animation or a cartoon.
All right, talking about the whole TV thing, then what about Fred? What are you watching, Fred? Do you watch a lot of TV yourself?
I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch some of the series along the way. I do enjoy The Good Wife.
Right on.
That's and I love the writing and the character in that. And I have to admit, I'm a Breaking Bad fan, and I can't wait for the next season to come up.
Oh, there it is. No Shark Week right now, Fred?
Oh, sorry?
No Shark Week? Shark Week is on right now on Discovery Channel. You're not all into that like everybody else?
No, I've not been. No, I've been off the grid for the last week up in Wells.
Wow.
There was I was so busy up there that I watched nothing.
Now, growing up obviously with you and a lot of people watching the show and the other Canadian icons, anybody you've really met through your journey that that really stuck with you? I saw a picture of you and Ernie Coombs online. Were you guys close?
Well, we were friends. We had several over the years, and not we lived in two different cities.
Yeah.
He did perform on Fred Penner's place. I performed on Mr. Dress Up years back. We did some things together at Ontario Place in Toronto way back. We had some certainly very positive and mindful moments along the way, and he was an amazing man, just a great sense of humor and wonderful talent, and he certainly is missed. But I love being with him. I've met I've met a pretty interesting range of people over the years. I had a bizarre photo op with Elton John in New York in the 90s.
Wow. How did that come to be?
Well, we had the same publicist. I was
Oh, wow.
in the early '90s. Things were really cooking in the States, so we had a PR firm that was handling some of my stuff, and they were handling Elton John as well. And I was doing a launch of my Happy Feet album in 1990, and Elton was doing Madison Square Gardens performance. So we got tickets for that, and then set up a photo op with him. And I went into his dressing room and said hello, and the camera's right there, ready to go. Click, click, and that was it. But it was just being that close to his bubble was quite fascinating.
Very cool, very cool. Now, what about you for the future? What's in the future for Fred? Anything you're looking to accomplish yet? Anything you're trying to cross off the list?
Yeah, well, there's a few things that are happening. I've been working actually with Hawksley Workman the last couple of years. We started doing a Fred Penner project with Hawksley producing and playing, and we're about 2/3 of the way through that. We have some more recording to do in the fall, and hopefully that'll be out for the spring of 2014.
So this new project you're working on right now, are you still aiming at that same age of kids, or is it kind of going to be a little older with the audience as the audience gets older, or?
It's going to be interesting. It's going to have a little broader appeal, because of some of the rhythms and directions that we're going on, and some of the tunes. Half of the tunes are previous recorded and with a bit of a new twist, and the other half are new tunes. And some of them are a little more intense in topic. One of the songs is called Diversity, which isn't a word that kids may necessarily know, but the images within it are very powerful and positive. And once we get a children's choir in there, then that'll open up the door to it. So I think family entertainment certainly is the biggest word for that. And the generation who grew up with me and who now know Hawksley, I think there'll be a nice link on that side of the scale. So we're excited about it and get that out there as soon as we can.
And the days of TV, that's behind you right now?
Well, for now, I'd still be doing it if life hadn't taken that turn. If CBC had decided to keep it going, because I loved doing television. It was a really strong and constant creative path for me, and if somebody came up with another, ready to do another series, I would certainly consider it seriously. Maybe not the 90 episodes a year that we did with Fred Penner's Place, but something a little more manageable would be great fun.
And finally, this is probably the big question. Talking about the legacy here, how do you want to be remembered? What do you want people saying about Fred Penner?
That's none of my business.
Fair enough.
It's an interesting concept, but when you think about how are people going to remember me, which is sort of a defeatist attitude. I'm still here, DJ.
Well, I know you're still here, but do you want to be known as the guy who just played songs in the forest, or do you want to be known about the guy who toured around and shared music with everybody, or what?
But the phrase "it's none of my business" really is a critical way of looking at it, because I really can't define how people are going to see me. I know how I feel about myself. I know that I brought every ounce of my creativity and energy to the table. One of my mantras is "You're only as good as your last gig." So I've tried desperately to live up to that every performance is as strong as I possibly can bring it. So whatever people take from that is up to them. So it really is none of my business what people think of me. It's my business what I think of myself. And if you pick up on that and share it, then that's the value. And it seems that people feel very strongly about me, and I'm totally honored to be in that position.
Wow, very well said. Only Fred Penner could say it like that, I guess. All right. Well, Fred, thank you so much for the time, and hopefully we'll see you soon. You'll come back through Saskatoon.
Chances are good. Thank you so much, DJ.